Well, it's time now for the day's business news then. The United States and Japan have reached a deal for the trade of minerals that are key to electric car batteries. Yuka Roye from our business desk is here on set for more. Yuka.
Well, Erin, the aim is to bolster EV battery supply chains and to resolve a part of a dispute stemming from President Biden's green subsidies. The agreement will grant Japanese carmakers greater access to a $7,500 tax credit for electric cars. Both sides have also committed not to impose export curbs or tariffs on minerals critical for making EV batteries. They hope to reduce their reliance on China for these minerals, such as lithium, nickel, cobalt, graphite and manganese. The Inflation Reduction Act enacted last year requires at least 40% of minerals in EV batteries to come from countries that have free trade agreements with the United States. Japan has a trade pact with the US but was not considered an FTA partner under the law. It also wants Washington to modify the part of the law that requires cars and batteries to be assembled in North America. The EU is also inching closer to signing a similar deal with the US. Let's have a look at the day's trading action now. And fears over the global banking sector has eased following the announcement that US lender First Citizens would buy a large portion of Silicon Valley Bank, which failed earlier this month. As you can see, European markets all opening up in positive territory, with Paris's CAC 40 rising almost 1%. Asian stocks earlier also rose mildly this Tuesday. As you can see, Tokyo and Shanghai up by about 0.2 of a percentage point. Seoul's Kospi and Hong Kong both up more than 1%. China has emerged as a lender of last resort for developing countries struggling to pay back their debts related to the Belt and Road Initiative, according to a new study. According to the paper, China spent $240 billion bailing out 22 developing countries between 2008 and 2021, either by providing new money or restructuring debt. But China's rescue lending doesn't come cheap compared to other international lenders of last resort. It comes at a higher interest rate, more than double that set by the International Monetary Fund. With inflation running above 30%, many businesses in Egypt are struggling to stay afloat. Poultry farmers are among the worst hit, as a plunge of the Egyptian pound against the US dollar has driven up production costs as the sector relies heavily on imported feed. And rising costs are being passed on to consumers who complain that the price of chicken has tripled in the past year. Caris Garland has more.
Last year, Ihab Gomar was managing 12 chicken farms, but he's since been forced to close 5 of them, including this one. He's among many struggling farmers in Egypt's poultry industry, hit by a foreign currency shortage and the plunging Egyptian pound against the dollar.
This is the worst period in years for the poultry industry, from last November until now. There's no stability in the prices of feed or the prices of chicks.
Egypt's poultry sector, valued at €3 billion, heavily depends on imported feed. In October, around 2 million tons of corn and soybeans were stuck at ports as traders and banks struggled to source dollars. Meanwhile, global inflation and disruption in exports from Russia and Ukraine are also driving up prices. According to the Egyptian Chamber of Commerce, about 40% of small poultry farmers suspended operations in November, though some of them are re-entering the market for Ramadan, trying to make up for losses.
My children are used to having duck on the first day of Ramadan, but it costs €4 per kilo. It's a lot, but it won't happen again.
Many consumers blame farmers and shop owners for raising prices, but some small businesses say they have no choice as their earnings slide and inflation sits at almost 32%, a 5.5-year high.
US regulators are seeking to ban Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. On Monday, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission sued the company and its founder for violating a number of finance laws, including rules intended to prevent money laundering. The CFTC said the firm directed its employees and customers to circumvent US procedures. Binance processed some $23 trillion worth of trades in 2022. It says it has invested heavily in compliance measures over the past 2 years. Elon Musk has announced that starting April the 15th, only verified Twitter accounts will be eligible to vote in polls and have posts promoted to other users. It means only those that have a blue tick next to their name for $7 a month will be included in the For You stream of recommended tweets. Non-paying users will be far less likely to have their tweets seen or liked by others. The Twitter boss says it's the only realistic way to address AI bot swarms, but the decision sparked criticism among social media users. And that's it for business.
Yuka Roye with Business. Thank you very much.